Hi class, I am Mrs. DeMarco, your math teacher, and I just like to spend these first few days of class getting to know each other, build a sense of community, set some goals, and talk about how we learn. So eventually we're going to get to self-efficacy. And that's just your belief in your ability to do something. But we're going to look at historically in contrast what kind of came before that. And that's the learning theory of behaviorism. So this is based on response and reinforcement where the learner can be programmed or conditioned. An example of this is Skinner had this box. He would put the rat inside, kind of bump around, go find this little lever, and quickly realize that when the rat pushed the lever, he realized that he would get food. Okay, so he was conditioned that if he did this certain action, he would get a certain reward, which was the food. And there was also experiments that Skinner did where the floor was actually electrified, and the rat would have to go and figure out to hit the lever to stop from being electrified. Isn't that little guy so cute? Okay. So in contrast, we have Albert Bandura. So just to give you kind of a time frame, he joined the Stanford faculty in 1953, and he challenged the theory of behaviorism with his social learning theory. And this started just by using like observational learning is where it came from. So he realized that we can learn not by just experiencing it ourselves, that we don't have to be programmed or conditioned, but we can learn by observing. So an example, we have Olaf here sticking his hand into the fire. I don't have to do that myself to learn that that's a bad idea. I can observe that that's a bad idea by watching somebody else do it. Another example might be tying your shoe. If you learned how to do that, maybe you could watch somebody else tie their shoe. That would teach you how to tie your shoe. So learning through observation. Eventually, he changed it to social cognitive theory, and that cognitive piece just means it involves your brain. Okay, so we have some choice in the things that we do, and a part of the social cognitive theory was self-efficacy. So this involves motivation, which is going to be your intrinsic, extrinsic motivation, your goals, involves your emotion. So you have control over your emotions, like experiencing anxiety. You should have some ways to cope with that. If you're interested in something, if you're bored with something, also your ability to choose, or maybe you receive like guidance and that influences your choice in your overall self-efficacy. So in this class, you're going to hear a lot about grit and growth mindset. So this is more my own personal philosophy rather than Albert Bandura. So Albert Bandura was the self-efficacy, and I do agree with a lot of that. But I think that there's a lot to it with grit and growth mindset. So grit is your perseverance, okay, in doing something that if something is challenging, you will keep trying to do it. You won't just give up. And growth mindset is different from self efficacy because self efficacy is your belief in your ability to do something. Growth mindset is your belief in your ability to learn, which I hope that we can all work on that. Okay, so I want you to believe that you can do this, that you can learn. And you'll hear me say a lot mistakes are good. It means you're learning. All right, and that about wraps it up. So let me know if you have any questions and know that I'm so glad that you're here and I'm looking forward to a great semester with you.